Welcome back, kids, to episode 3 of the Evil and Eerie podcast. Here again to talk about Gene Spangler, who was the reason why jeans are called jeans.
Ha ha ha.
No, I'm kidding. She wasn't. She wasn't that important. No, I'm kidding. Everyone serves a purpose. But Gene Spangler. I think. You know what though is funny is that her last name rhymes with Wrangler.
Oh wow.
Gene Spangler. She was an actress, not a very well-known actress, but she's a very interesting story because she went missing without a trace, and we're gonna go into that. But we do have some housekeeping to take care of. And that housekeeping involves you downloading our podcast because, like I said, and like I will continue to say, we need downloads, we need fans, we need followers. So please download this podcast so that we can find ad sponsors and get equipment and a studio so that we don't have to record in my old work location that I still have a key for because they might also change the locks on me pretty soon. And so if that happens, we are going to be recording in my car like originally planned. We also have social media pages. We have a Facebook, Evil and Eerie Podcast, a Twitter, @Evil Eerie Podcast, and an Instagram, @Evil and Eerie Podcast. You can check out our website. You can look at our TikTok, which we will eventually post videos on. And we might make some other stuff. And then we'll be on every streaming service. But you should know that if you're already listening. Before we go into Gene Spangler, because she's quite an interesting gal. We've been having a debate on where we should get food because it's a Sunday night, and most places where we live in
Close.
Did you say Colorado?
Close.
I was gonna be like, we don't have to tell them, but we don't have to lie either.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. We can totally lie. We live in Tennessee. No, I'm kidding. We don't. We don't. But
We live in the sky.
we're Hell's
High
Angels.
above the clouds.
We're Hell's Angels.
Yes.
The biker
but they
gang.
would be below. No.
I meant the biker gang.
Oh, okay.
There's
yeah.
a biker gang called Hell's Angels.
In the sky. I don't know.
We're the sky's version of Hell's Angels. No, we're the sky version of the ladies' fruit and flower mission.
Again, how many times is that gonna come back into
Every
the
day you're a
conversation?
co-host.
Yeah.
I'm also going to
Most
bring it up
likely.
for other co-hosts and just see what their reaction is. I'm just going to say every serial killer was a member of the Ladies Fruit and Flower Mission and see what their reaction was. Everybody's first time, I'm going to say they were a member of the Fruit and Flower Mission of Fall River, Massachusetts. We're having a little debacle because most places close early on Sundays and it's almost 10 o'clock, so most places are already closed. But there is a good selection of fast food still open, so I'm treating her tonight because she put up with me driving around for an hour and then recording 3 episodes when I know she'd rather be fiddling around doing something else.
What the hell?
That's my new thing, just saying people are fiddling around.
Oh, what
You know,
does that
fooling-
exactly mean?
Fooling around doing something else. Or, something else should be tickling your fancy right now. Not the ghosts in this room.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, there are a lot of expressions I have for... How many times am I going to clear my throat? We're thinking, what would Gene Spangler have for dinner? If she were still, if she weren't missing. We don't know if she's dead or not. If she weren't missing, what would Gene Spangler have for dinner? Would she go to a diner or would she get fast food or Domino's? Because I'm craving all 3.
Yeah, me too, honestly. I really don't know.
So, I don't know. Let us know what you think we should get, even though you're going to be listening to this literally a week after we've recorded it.
What's your favorite fast food? Or your
Oh, yeah. Let us know what your favorite fast food is.
Late night.
And let us
I don't
know
know.
after you listen to this podcast what you think Gene Spangler would want to eat. Like, let us know what kind of, do you think Gene Spangler would be, the type of girl that would go to the diner, or would she like go get a burger from Burger King or McDonald's, or hell, even Dairy Queen, because we're feeling gutsy? Or would she go for, conveyor belt pizza at Domino's that they slide across the floor to get greasy?
Man.
No, I'm kidding. Oh, Lord. I love Domino's. But anyway, let us know what fast food joint you think Gene Spangler would want us to go to. So, yeah, we might as well just jump right in, because I'm feeling good, and I feel like Gene Spangler is coming into my spirit, and she wants me to tell her story.
Yes.
Just like Lizzie
Clearly.
Borden wants you to join the Ladies Fruit and Flower Mission.
Oh, well, if she actually liked it, I don't know.
I hope you know that if we get merch, that's the first thing that's going on there. The Ladies Fruit and Flower. I'm a member of the Ladies Fruit and Flower Mission.
Oh my god. Oh.
And it's going to be a picture of you kissing a gun.
No. Kissing a what?
Kissing a gun.
No.
See how all the episodes come together.
Yeah, they're all really gonna just
They all
create
melt.
their own one
Yeah.
story put together.
It's going to be a
Bits
picture
and
of
pieces.
Luca kissing a gun that's going to say, I'm a member of the Ladies Fruit and Flower Mission. I'm not serious
Oh,
about the gun part,
gosh.
but we are going to have a t-shirt that says,
Yeah.
I'm a member of the ladies. That I'm dead serious about. So Gene Spangler, she was born September 2nd, 1923. She was a stripper, a dancer. No, I'm kidding. She was a dancer, a model, an actress. And she got, as the website said, bit parts. She got bit parts, which I'm putting emphasis on bit, but it just means she got small roles.
Yeah.
Like she was like backups and stuff like that. And she got a lot of her work through her dancing. She was really like an impressive dancer. I was looking at pictures of Gene Spangler, and there was an actress that she reminded me of. And I can't she looks like a ton of people. Like, so Gene Spangler, she kind of looks like, if Judy Garland and Barbara Stanwyck and Hedy Lamarr had a baby, it would be Gene Spangler, I feel like. Her case is just so mysterious that nobody really knows much, but she married Dexter Benner in 1942. She was super young. She was 19 when she got married to him. So in 1944, their daughter Christine was born. They did not stay married, sadly. Oh.
I feel like a lot of celebrities don't stay married or something.
Well, even in the 1940s, that must have been even in the 1940s in Hollywood, people were divorcing left and right. Maybe I'm exaggerating when I say 40s. I mean 60s. Like I don't know. Katharine Hepburn and Liz Taylor went to my mind. Like them and when they were. So there was a long custody battle. They fought over little Christine, who I believe Christine, the daughter, is still alive. She wouldn't be. She's born in 1944, so she would be
It's only
76.
one daughter they had?
Yeah, they only had one daughter. So there was a custody battle, and Gene Spangler won. She danced her way to victory. No pun intended. And all I can picture now is Gene Spangler finding out that she won custody and just doing a
twirl or something. Oh my! No.
I wish you people could see me right now. I could just see her doing a jig.
Oh.
With a smile on her face. Oh, Gene. Maybe singing a show tune too. So she really when she won that custody battle, her and the family all moved in together. It was like the mother and the shoe.
What the?
Did you hear that that nursery rhyme or whatever? Like the old woman who lived in the shoe who had all the kids.
No.
And in Italy, it was the old the old mobster's wife that lived in
What's that?
who lived in a boot.
Really?
Except instead of caring for her children, she hit them with broomsticks.
Really? Oh my god! You said that as
That'd
if
be
you
it.
actually.
Oh, that'd be the
You
Italian
actually-
version. The old woman
Okay.
who
Well.
beat her kids with belts in the shoe. So yeah, that's like a nursery or whatever, something. Yeah.
Mm.
So she lived with her mother, her daughter, her brother, and her sister-in-law. Well, Friday, October 7th, which October's my second favorite month. I don't know about you.
I do like the fall.
I like the fall. I'm more of a spring person, but I like the fall.
Like the
'Cause
fall.
May is number one for me, which I'm sad it's ending. But October is my second favorite because I love Halloween. I'm all about Halloween. I mean, you people probably could figure that by the fact that we're doing a podcast, but I love Halloween season. Halloween, in my opinion, is the best holiday. Blows Christmas out of the water. Argue with me on it. Halloween is 100% better. Oh, October is a weird month. I feel like a lot of October is just overall like spooky, and that's when it starts to get darker at night too. Earlier, and colder. So everything like October is decent, but that's when it starts to turn to poopy.
Yeah.
It starts to become poopy.
Starts to what?
Become poopy.
Oh.
The world.
For the year.
Because then November is just
yeah.
But context clues, people. If you want to know where we live, you've eliminated a lot of possibilities. So Friday, October 7th, was a fun day for all of them. They went to the county fair. No, I'm kidding. She left home at 5. Miss Jean Spangler.
At 5.
Yep.
Oh.
That's going to be an important detail, so remember that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm kidding. It's not. Well, I mean, it was for the investigation that she left home at 5, but she left home at 5. And she was going to meet with Benner, her ex-husband, because they had to go over some custody stuff. And then she said that she was going to do some filming because she had gotten hired as an extra for a film. So she told everybody she was going to be working late and not to worry about her, that she was not going to be home that night. And so her mother, whose name is Florence, was going to watch the baby. And I don't know, the brother and the sister-in-law were just, there fiddling around upstairs. That's going to be another one. That's going to be on our hats. Our shirts are going to say, I am a member of the Ladies Fruit and Flower Commission with you kissing a gun. And then the hats are going to say,
fiddling.
I'm just fiddling with you.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like we should have you I feel like we should maybe have something that's not a gun that we should have somebody kissing, because that'd be funny. Maybe you can kiss a cigarette, but
ew, nasty.
Something like that. Don't smoke; it causes wrinkles.
Oh yes.
and lung disease.
Lung disease.
She said, don't worry about me, kids. I'm gonna be working all night. And so they didn't worry. However, there's a little problem because she didn't come home after when she said she was going to. So naturally, her mother, Florence, got nervous. Come to find out, there were no records that she had worked that night. It was basically proven impossible that she had worked on any film. So her whereabouts from the time she was supposed to be working on the film onward were not accounted for.
And the ex-husband, they didn't ever meet
her? That's the ex-husband, Dexter Benner. He's an interesting character because they talked to him. They talked to him because he was, at one point, a top suspect.
Yeah.
He didn't stay in that spot for long, though, because there was a missing persons report filed. And she was seen at a grocery store waiting for somebody. So that was her last known whereabout. Was at a grocery store. There was a clerk or I'm not sure if it was an employee or a passerby. Sorry, you can fact check me. I won't really care if you do. I won't reply to you. I just won't give a shit. But no, I'm kidding. I'm going off on a tirade now. But
so they actually knew her to know that she was at a grocery store, or
they recognized her. They recognized a picture of her.
Oh, okay.
So they were like, when they go around, have you seen this lady?
Yeah, that's true.
And then which I feel like if that ever happened to me, if somebody went missing and somebody came up to me and asked, do you know this person? I feel like I would convenently not remember who it was or not be able to identify them. I feel like I never.
Must have really,
that also might be because I am such a name person. I'm not good with faces. I know people by
I'm better with
names.
faces and names.
Oh really? I'm the
Yeah.
opposite. I'm much better with like if you tell me a name, I'll remember. Like names and dates for me, I'll never forget. Faces, I'm never good with, but names I am. But so I don't know. Maybe you'd have an easier time than I would. She was seen waiting for somebody at the store, according to somebody. And then here's where the interesting thing comes in: is that Dexter Benner and her did not actually have plans. So that was a lie that she told. Or it was a lie that Dexter Benner told to cover it up. But that's going to be one of the theories.
But she told her family, didn't she, that she was going to meet
that she was going to meet with her ex-husband for custody stuff.
But then he said that too.
No, he denied that completely.
Oh.
So yeah, he said they didn't have plans. They hadn't seen each other in weeks or talked to each other in weeks. And he had actually just gotten married to another woman.
Oh.
He really didn't have... I mean, we'll go over this later. I mean, like... It seemed like he was in, like, you know... If he had just married... does that make him a likely suspect? I mean, you could argue that because of the kid, maybe, but we'll go into that later.
Mm-hmm.
On October 9th, 2 days later, her purse was found in Griffith Park in Los Angeles. There were straps torn loose, and there was no money, so they thought, oh, robbery. But then they found out that Jean Spangler's family members told them that there was no money. She didn't have any money on her. So they ruled out robbery very quickly. How they knew that, I don't know. I think people were very invasive upon their family members' stuff. Maybe they had looked for money in Jean Spangler's purse before she went missing. But, I don't know. Her daughter is going to like listen to this and be like, what? Well, they ruled out robbery very quickly. So it was because she didn't carry money on her that particular day, apparently. But they did find a note in there addressed to a man named Kirk. It said, can't wait any longer. Going to see Dr. Scott. It will work best this way while Mother is away. And it ended with a comma. And at the time, the movie that she said that she was working on that night, which she actually was hired for, but she wasn't there that night, was with the very famous actor Kirk Douglas. And so, he, for those of you who don't know, very famous actor who actually just passed away last year at the age of like 102. His son is an actor too. His name is Michael Douglas, and he's still active. So they immediately assumed that this was a note addressed to Kirk Douglas. Kirk Douglas actually found out that he was in question because they, you know, he was a suspect pretty early on. And so they found out, Kirk Douglas found out, and he immediately, you know, went to them and said he had no involvement in it. And there was a little bit of back and forth between them because originally he said he didn't know her. But then he said he did know her, but not well. He knew of her. Basically, like they kidded around on set. They fiddled around on set and stuff like that, you know. They were doing little, you know, dances together. Dancing in the sunset.
Little hops.
They were doing little, you know, they were playing hopscotch in the corner. She was teaching him how to dance. She was, yeah, you know. So they're in the corner, you know, getting inducted into the Ladies Flower Mission.
Oh, man.
Kissing guns. And fiddling around. No, but in all seriousness, he knew of her, they talked, but he didn't know her well. They then decided to focus on the part of the note where they mentioned a Dr. Scott. And so they looked for every Dr. Scott. No one claimed to know her. Every Dr. Scott in the area, every, you know, in maybe in California, I don't know, Los Angeles, maybe they just focused on. But no one knew her. She had an ex-boyfriend named Scotty, who they thought might have been Scott, but she hadn't seen him in years, so they kind of ruled him out. They did do searches. A dog found a Los Angeles County uniform, the jail uniform, a Los Angeles County jail uniform, but nothing else, and they don't know if there was any affiliation with Jean. you know, Kirk Douglas was filming a movie called Young Man with a Horn, but they didn't know each other. Her mother, Florence, because, you know, the note does say, while mother was away. While mother was away.
Mhm.
Something Norman Bates would write. While
yeah,
mother was...
maybe like mother. He loves saying mother.
Oh, Lord. But it's like, so they really had no idea. Nobody had one idea, especially Florence, the mother, what the note was talking about. Here is kind of like where the conspiracy theories kind of come in. She had some girlfriends that claimed that at the time, she was 3 months pregnant. They don't know with who. To my knowledge, she wasn't seeing anybody that she was, you know, out and in public with.
Mhm.
Like, she had, like... So...
No one knew but her friends.
Yeah. There are some people that are, like, of interest that she could have been seeing, and, you know, I'm gonna take that back. There might have been somebody that, if I, like, didn't research well, I might have overlooked something in my research, and she might have been seeing somebody that they knew of. They claim that she was 3 months pregnant, and that she was looking to do something in the 1940s that was completely unheard of.
Yeah.
Yes, she wanted an illegal abortion.
Mm.
Of course, that is just speculation. But she did hang out with a doctor who they called Doc, who was known to give illegal abortions. They did look into Doc, you know, to see if there was any semblance of truth to any of that. But they actually could not find anyone with his name, so they knew his name. They couldn't find any record of him. So it's almost like he didn't exist. Like, they were not able to tie him to anything. And he was probably pretty good at, you know, staying low, considering he was giving illegal, you know, abortions.
Yeah.
Then she told the actor Robert Cummings that she was having an affair. She was, I'm not even going to say fiddling around, she was fooling around with somebody. And by saying that it was an affair, you would have to assume that it was with a married man, because she wasn't married.
Yeah.
So she was playing the saxophone.
Or maybe she was married and then that's why they divorced.
No, I don't think she was married.
No, I mean, like, she
point.
had that affair when she was married. Still, like, she started that affair when she was married, and then they divorced soon after.
Well, they
If that
divorced
was the case.
in. Oh, maybe. Fun fact: Benner's, the white woman he got married to, after her, died in 2019. So she was like, she was alive up until 2 years ago. The woman he married after her.
Oh.
He died in 2007, so he didn't die that long ago either. But I feel like so many of these places, like, would be so fun to, like, visit. And we would love to do that. We want to do a Patreon account with perks for you guys as well as perks for us. It would be little, like, subscriptions if you're not familiar with Patreon. You'd pay like $5 or $10, or we'll have tiers that'll be more. And basically, we get money to buy equipment and pay, you know, expenses to get, like, a recording studio. And you guys would get perks like bonus episodes that nobody else can hear, merchandise. So you'll get that signed t-shirt that says, "I am a member of the Ladies Fruit and Flower Mission," with Luca kissing a gun. And the hat that says, "I'm just fiddling with you." You would get autographed merchandise, all of those pieces. And you would also get virtual meet and greets with us once a month, among other things. And so we really want to, like, build this up. So we're going to be starting a Patreon soon. Follow us on our social medias to kind of get all of that information, because we will definitely link or reach out with that information when it becomes available. And we also want to turn this into, like, a video cast too. Like, we want to go to haunted places. The first one we are going to go to, or I want to go to, is Holy Land in Waterbury, Connecticut, because that is open to the public and we won't get arrested and stripped of our dignity if we go there. And we would take videos and then kind of give our thoughts on it. But back to Jean Spangler. Maybe she was at Holy Land this whole time.
Maybe she's hiding there now.
Or she was helping was gonna say maybe she was helping Lizzie Borden pull out the murder, but that happened.
How?
That literally happened before Gene Spangler was even a thought.
Well, Gene Spangler was born at the time that Lizzie, like, right before
she was
Lizzie
still alive.
passed away.
Yeah. Still alive, but barely.
Yeah.
So here's where the theories kind of come out and out of the dark and into the spotlight. I think this one you'll find interesting, is that this was around the same time as the Black Dahlia murders. So they actually think that there was a link between the Black Dahlia. They basically think that she was a victim of
Really?
Of the person who killed the Black Dahlia.
Yeah, I just saw something about that in her picture. One of the pictures I was looking at of her.
Yeah, so they think they never found her, like, so she was never this, but they think that maybe because it was like around the same time, same area, I couldn't think of the word, and they had similarities. They were both aspiring actresses. I think the Black Dahlia was either that or that's just the American Horror Story portrayal. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, both young brunette women. They also had a lot of suspicion that it was gangsters, Los Angeles gangsters, because she was dancing at a club that put her in connection with the mob, basically.
Oh.
And what was that?
No, I was just like,
oh,
okay.
They said how.
No. I mean, yeah, ow, I guess, but.
Ow?
Yeah.
Oh, they said how.
No. Oh my god, no.
Ow. Yeah,
no.
She was dancing on the table and she, slipped and bruised her thigh.
Oh man.
Then the mobsters were like, that's unacceptable behavior.
Bye-bye.
Oh, now I'm picturing her not only dancing after the custody battle win, like doing the tap dance.
Yeah.
With the signed papers
nice
from the judge.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing her falling and going, ow!
Ow!
Oh, poor Gene Spangler. So there was a guy named Davey Ogle who was a mob affiliate, and Spangler and him were fiddling together. They were playing the grand piano together.
Oh man.
They were in cahoots, in other words. They were two peas in a pod. They were two peas in a popsicle. So they were friends. They were seen together, and he was under indictment for conspiracy. They are convinced that he fled to avoid prosecution. As a matter of fact, there was a person who worked at a hotel in El Paso, Texas, who claimed that he saw him with a woman that looked like Spangler. And so there have been multiple Gene Spangler sightings in California, Arizona, and Mexico. So people think that they saw her.
Thunk?
Thunk.
Is that an actual...
I hope so, otherwise I'm gonna look
I don't think so.
I'm gonna look like a babbling fool.
People thunk?
People thunk.
That just sounds so wrong. Thunk?
That's the sound that you'd make either when you were jumping into a pool, like a fat person's jumping into a pool. Thunk. Or when you're dipping an Oreo in milk. Thunk.
Yeah.
Oh my. And then, but I don't know, it just is such an ugly sound to me. I just picture somebody making that, you'd have to snarl your nostrils to make it thunk.
Yeah.
You'd sound like a Neanderthal and look like one too.
Meow.
Did you say meow?
No.
Now she's making kitty noises because I mentioned Oreos and milk.
Oh.
So, I don't know. I think that Gene Spangler, I think she's ask me why I almost said I think she's a beautiful woman. I meant to say interesting. She's an interesting...
I mean, she was pretty attractive. Is that a weird way to say it? She was pretty! Or she was beautiful. No, don't say that. Don't put that in. That's just... Oh my gosh.
I watched the new Saw movie last night.
And, of course, we're talking about...
Well, no, the Saw movies don't freak me out. I don't get scared.
Oh, they freak me out, probably. I mean, I've only seen
I think they're stupid because they're too gory. I don't get freaked out by scary movies.
Well, that's you. You don't get freaked out.
I just think they're stupid with all the gory. But now I'm the TV's going to turn on and it's going to be a little I was not. I was gonna say a little white person.
What?
I was gonna say a little white person, but
Oh my god!
like a
don't
little
even.
like doll.
No.
It's just gonna go. Join
What?
the fruit flower commission.
Stop. That sounds like something Jen would do. I feel like she would just dance like this. Isn't that like her, like, I don't know, I feel like that's her dance. She
So-
walks like,
Before we wrap up with our conspiracy theories about Jane Spangler, we just need to tell you that there is a woman named Jen who is her boss, my old internship boss, and we love her to death. Like she is amazing in every way. Like she's funny and like just like so laid back, but we just have these like what if scenarios of Jen doing the most ridiculous stuff and her dancing and saying, "Ah, welcome to Saw," is one of them. And then apologizing because she'd feel bad. But yeah, no, so I don't know. I want to like, before I share like my thoughts about what happened, like what do you think is like with Gene Spangler?
well, either she just wanted to.
Fiddle with.
Okay, I'll get with the fiddling. No, either she just wanted to get away for some. I don't know why she would leave her daughter behind. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, if she was a bad mother, I would see that, I guess. But nobody really said anything about that, right?
No.
And I don't know. And her ex-husband wouldn't really care. Really, I mean, it didn't seem like he would have done anything because he was also married to someone else. It was really, other than like the custody of like.
Yeah, you see, Benner's a very interesting character to me because he, that is definitely a motive, and that's why I would first. I think he's everyone's natural assumption that he'd be the top suspect.
Yeah.
But especially because she was going to see him, allegedly, but which he denies, which is even more fishy. But I mean, he was, you know, he might have wanted custody. I think that could be it. But I mean, he just got married like a month. He had married a month prior, so you'd have to assume that he was in a decent place, unless he wanted. You know, the only thing that was missing was his kid, and he wanted to create like a. And there was.
It's not like he couldn't see the daughter, right?
Oh, that I'm not sure, but there was a custody battle, and don't quote me on this. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he won over the mother. There was a custody battle between Florence and Benner, and I think Benner won. I don't know. The wife did corroborate his story, so they were pretty like confident that he had nothing to do with it. I don't think it was connected to the Black Dahlia, but I think that there was. I think that there definitely is some substance to, like maybe she was having an affair with a man named Kirk. I personally believe that she was pregnant, and I think that she was going for an illegal abortion.
So
That's what I think.
Maybe it could have gone like totally wrong, and that since that was such a bad since that was not seen as.
Well, you have to figure. Yeah. Well, you have to figure that there were some illegal abortionists that either A, botched the abortions so bad that the mother died too.
Yeah. So like I think.
And if you do that, you're gonna cover it up.
Yeah. Because then you're gonna be. I feel like there would have been like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Or B.
For.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other possibility is. It wasn't like she got lured in by somebody who was not an abortionist at all.
Oh yeah, maybe something if someone saw her at the grocery store waiting for somebody, like, but they didn't see.
Yeah. Yep. They could have very easily lured her. That being said, that could have also just been something she was saying to throw people off. And you know, if she was planning on running away with this guy, the Davy Ogle from the gang. Because, I don't know, I mean, I feel like they saw him, and if they saw her...
Wait, the grocery store? Or the...
No, the mobster guy.
That
she, like, ran away with, supposedly.
Oh.
Where they, like, saw him at hotels and all that.
Oh.
I mean, that very well could also be...
And they saw her, like, someone that looked like her with him?
Yeah. I don't think that's as likely. I'm pretty sure the sightings were also, like, years later, like, in the 50s and 60s. But it's very interesting. I personally, if I had to take a stab in the dark, I think it was because she was fiddling around with a trying to get an abortion and something went wrong. And something went wrong. But who knows? That is definitely one of the cases that if I were a detective, I would be trying to frickin' solve right away. Maybe we will. Who knows? Let us know what you think about Gene Spangler. Let us know which theory sticks out to you the most, and if you have any access to any other information, this is the case that is definitely the most interesting to me out of the ones we've taped for this week. So let me know. But also, I just wanted to say, like, we want to do fan submission podcasts. We want to hear your stories and experiences. Please, 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 please send in your stories. They do not have to be your personal experiences. They could be somebody that you know or something that happened in your hometown. Anything creepy, scary, crime related, anything like that. We want to hear it. We want to read it on the show. We will give you credit by name. And yeah, so please message us on any of our platforms. Let us know what you think. Rate and review. Download. Please, please, please download. And follow us on Instagram at Evil and Eerie Podcast, on Twitter at Evil Eerie Podcast, Facebook Evil and Eerie Podcast. You can find us on TikTok too. We're on all the streaming services. And like I said, we're going to try to do the Patreon soon. You know, interact with us, follow us. We're trying to build a following. Share with your friends. And hopefully one day soon we can transition into a more high-functioning podcast service, etc. So for the next episode, I've got to remember, we're actually not going to be joined by Luca for the next episode because she's going to Ohio.
Yes.
To visit the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. No, we're not sure.
I don't even know.
Hopefully, even if
It's
not,
a
though,
mystery.
you're probably gonna make Barbara take you there at some point. Hopefully.
Yeah, maybe. It's not too far.
You are going to get to meet Megan, who is fun and crazy in her own way, like the rest of us are. I'm gonna do a little treat for you guys. I'm gonna tell you what we're doing for the next 2 episodes. We are going to be diving into one of my favorite conspiracy theories, which definitely I would say is one of the more popular ones at this point. And Megan, I know, has a lot of thoughts about it, so it's going to be a really interesting conversation. We are going to be talking about the Mandela effect. And we are also going to be talking about, we're going to bring it back to the actress, the Jean Harlow house. Because we're not going to be talking about Jean Harlow, we're going to be talking about the house she lived in. Because this house had a lot of mysterious auras behind it had a mysterious aura behind it. Jean Harlow's death was sort of mysterious in a way in itself. She died young. Please tune in. Thank you guys for listening. Goodbye, kids. And please join the Ladies, Flower, and Fruit mission. I said that wrong, but oh well.
Good.